Time now 5:15. Let's get a check on our Friday forecast with meteorologist Pete Malone.
Happy Friday, Bree, and as we get you into this weekend, we've got a lot of football going on here. Weather doesn't look too bad. We're going to kick it off hot and end it with some slightly less humid weather. Take a look at today's high temperature, 93 degrees. That is slightly above our average, and luckily not a record. The record was 97 back in the year 2000. We were in a little heat wave during this week back in the year 2000. So as we look at our hour by hour, or rather our 7-day forecast for our high temperatures, you can see the changes coming. We're going to kick the weekend off hot in the low 90s. We're going to end it and start early next week off with some slightly better weather, at least manageable in the upper 80s on Monday and Tuesday. Our front will blow through sometime earlier Sunday, so the front has been trending faster and faster, which means I've taken out the rain chances on Sunday. I do think there will be a couple of showers on Saturday, though. So our front's going to enter the picture here in the next day or so. Today's going to be warm with just a 10% chance of rain. Here we are Saturday afternoon, a couple of showers and maybe a rumble of thunder popping up. If you've got any early afternoon plans, maybe you're tailgating for LSU in the early afternoon, there could be 1 or 2 showers, should not be a washout. Front will blow in by early Sunday, and then Sunday is trending drier with the rain staying in the Gulf, and that'll bring in that less humid air as we go throughout our Sunday. Sunday's still going to be hot, though, in the low 90s. Our chance of rain looks quite low on Monday, and I think our chance of rain next week looks quite low as well. I do not see any significant amount of rain in our current forecast. I don't see any big tropical threats either. We are going to be following Invest 91, though. This is the latest feature the National Hurricane Center is tagging as they are investigating it, and they are giving it still a high chance of development. They bumped up the chances to 90% in the next 7 days. Now, looking at some of the guidance here, there is a lot of uncertainty with this feature. I'm not sure it's going to be a very big storm in a sense of how much real estate it's going to take up, and that means these types of storms are prone to big fluctuations and intensity, and so there's some question on dry air and wind shear. Now, when you look at where this thing is traveling, we do think it's going to head off to the west here over the next week or so. It's going to be near the Caribbean islands by the middle of next week, and then hopefully start to gain some latitude. Now, there is uncertainty on the final destination of this, and there's some question on does it even survive some of this wind shear dry air and its track across the islands. We'll watch this long term, but again, this is something we're going to be tracking for 10 plus days. I'm not terribly concerned about it right now, but we'll watch the steering currents because we want to make sure it doesn't get trapped under a weak ridge or anything and try to come back to life. It is September after all. You got to watch these things. We're still in the heart of hurricane season, but where we stand right now is the stress level with this is fairly low right now, as there's not a lot of model support for it to be a big problem for the U.S., but things can always change. It's a long ways out. We can't say for sure what it's going to do at the end of its life at this point. So our 7-day forecast has no tropical threats. We go from hot 90s to the upper 80s early next week with a less humid air mass, means some cooler mornings early next week, too. Our marine forecast winds are going to be light and variable the next few days. They'll switch directions on Sunday behind the front. High tides later through the afternoon and low tides later on this evening. Hey, Brooke.